Mr. Nakamoto, established 2009. Man, what will we do without this man? What would we do if he didn't create this incredible thing? What's up, guys? It is Monday, March 10th, 2025. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 887,233. TikTok, next block. The Bitcoin price right now is under 80,000. As of this recording, is 79,200 or something. Man, I got to be honest with you guys about something. I just got home, and I'm just going to walk around the neighborhood, and I'm just going to talk to you, right? I'm going to talk to you guys. Are my counselors. And I got a confession to make, man, when I make these videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for coming on the live yesterday. I know I suck at those freaking lives, but I'm going to get better, guys, and thank you so much for your patience. I love my country. I love the United States of America. You guys know that, and I talk about politics a lot. And the reason I did that in 2024, for obvious reasons, we just, we had a terrible administration, and I had to do everything I could to do my part. And I did everything. I donated every single day to Donald Trump's campaign. I was out there talking, wearing stuff like this. I got both of them on today, my Bitcoin and my Trump stuff, all that stuff. And I, went out there, campaigned, and we won Nevada, right? And, but now it's over, right? We won. So now my focus has to be is earn as much fiat I can so I can get some Satoshis, but also too, and I can't miss the mark with this, and I had a good reminder of that today, is to make sure I tell and talk to as many people as I can about Bitcoin and Satoshis. But what I struggle with, guys, on a daily basis, honestly, when I'm about to make a video, is not make a Satoshi Saturday video. Because I'm telling you right now, man, I know you guys think I talk about politics a lot. I absolutely love Satoshis, man. I mean, I am just obsessed with them. And I'm just like, I'm literally trying my best not to, I'm trying to wait the whole week for things to happen to pile up and then maybe dump it on you on Satoshi Saturday, right? Because I can make one literally 7 days a week, no joke, right? But I gotta tell you guys this today. I can't wait. What is it, Monday? 5 days. So I gotta tell you this. So as you guys know, most of you guys know, I'm semi-retired. I get a military check every month, and I make a decent amount. I'm not rich, but I make a decent amount with a couple of investments that I have and stuff like that, and my military check that I got coming in. And I'm 50 years old. I'm not a young man, but I'm not old. I feel young, and I feel good. I really do, and that's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. I go places, and nobody believes my age. Probably because I'm immature as hell in the way I dress. But I was blessed with some pretty good parents, and I try to take care of myself. You know what I mean? I don't eat the best, but but anyways, I do DoorDash, right? And I do DoorDash strictly to buy Satoshis, strictly. So I said, you know what, Jerry, you need to up your game up, because sometimes DoorDash is a little, So I started doing Uber Eats, and I've been doing that for about a week now, maybe about a week, 5-7 days, something like that. And Uber Eats is a lot different than DoorDash. It sends you different places or whatever, and you, for some reason, you see more people with Uber Eats. Like DoorDash is usually, out of every 100 dashes I do, I may see 5 people that I'm dropping off to. I'm not talking about the people I pick the stuff up from. I'm talking about the actual customer. Because I used to deliver pizzas out here too, which the troll 683 likes to talk about all the time. And but with Uber Eats, I've been seeing a lot of people, and I've been going to a lot of different places. But anyways, I was doing an Uber Eats delivery today, and I had someone ask me about this shirt. And what is that? What's that mean? And boy, that's almost like, how can I say this analogy? That's almost the equivalent of asking, I don't know, somebody that really loves something that no one ever talks about to him, and then once somebody asks, you're like, oh God, yeah. And so I said, well, that's Satoshi Nakamoto, 2009. He created a thing. Do you ever heard of him? They said, I've heard of the Nakamoto thing or Satoshi, or I've heard of that. I said, yeah, you ever heard of a digital currency? They said, oh, cryptocurrency? I said, yeah. You know which one, though? There's one that's different than the other ones. Was it like Bitcoin? I said, yes, ma'am. It was a lady. I delivered some food to her at the Stratosphere on Las Vegas Boulevard. And I was out front with her. And so she, because I came out and brought it up to her, she kept asking me questions. So I ended up turning off my my Uber, and started talking to her because she was really interested in what I had to say. And she had a group of people in it. All of a sudden, the group started asking me questions and everything else. And I said, you know what? I'm going to make something out of this. So anyways, long story short, I was talking to him about it. And let me summarize it for you, because there's a lot of things said. It was about a 15-minute conversation. I had them all download a little wallet, and I zapped them some sats, each and every one of them. And I explained to him how it works, the peer-to-peer thing. This is not Zelle, Venmo, Cash App, or Apple Pay or anything like that. I told him the difference. This is peer-to-peer, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't go into major detail, but I just let them ask me questions and let them talk and give me their thoughts on stuff. And then I asked them about, what do you think about inflation and everything else? And I didn't want to come across, because I said this the other day, I didn't want to come across as a guy that knows more than people, because I've done that before, right? Because we do, guys. It just is what it is. As a Bitcoiner or a gold stacker or whatever, we're like mini economists. We fully understand what inflation is and the money expansion and stuff like that, and the debasement of our currency. We know that, right? We know the global reserve, world reserve currency, US dollar, the debt. I mean, we know stuff that most probably economics teachers probably don't even know, right? Seriously, because I never got taught this stuff in economy 101 or finance or anything like that. And again, I'm a finance major in college. And so we talked about inflation and everything else, and no one really knew what it was. They just thought prices went up, and I explained to them in a nice way that it's basically what it is. And I said, I used to think that too, but basically what it is in a nutshell is that the U.S. government prints money. You've heard that, right? They go, yeah. I said, yeah. I said, remember during COVID? And I explained to them, and I said it in a way where I was going to their level, and I didn't understand either, because I didn't understand in 2020 till I learned about it. Which, it's humble. It's only 4.5 years I've actually known about this stuff, when I was 45. And I explained to them that, remember all those stimulus checks and blah, blah. They said, yeah. I said, well, what the government did is they printed a bunch of dollars and gave it away to everybody. They said, oh, okay. I said, now with Bitcoin, and I explained to them what it was and blah, blah, blah. Real simply, I go, Bitcoin solves that problem, because there's only 21 million coins, and there's small units of them. I said, but there's only 21 million coins, and the difference between Bitcoin and the US dollars or fiat currencies, you've heard that, right? They go, yeah. So the difference is they can't give away a bunch of Bitcoin and print it, because again, it's a finite amount. That's what makes it very valuable. They said, oh, okay. I said, it's kind of like a digital gold, They said, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I said, yeah, because inflation is a big problem. It's a big, big problem. And even with Trump in office and everything else, they're going to keep printing money because we owe a lot in debt. And they know about that. And I said, the reason why gold is valuable is because it's finite, right? And I explained the difference between gold and silver. And I said it almost like I'm going down a little story, and they kept wanting to hear more and more. And I just gave them a little bit, make sure they understood, gave them a little bit more, make sure they understood. And I explained to them why gold is more valuable than silver. It's because when you dig up gold and silver, not exactly, but about at a 16-to-1 ratio, silver will come out of the ground more than gold. And that's why the price is like it is, and it's more valuable, gold is, because again, it's more rare. And I go, wow, okay. And in that 15-minute conversation, I hopefully I changed their mind or their life. I don't know. But then what really blew their mind, and I love doing this analogy. I said, remember when we go to the grocery store and $100 would buy this or that? It doesn't matter what age they are. Usually they got to be 25 and up, 30 and up. And they go, yeah. I said, exactly. Because since then, the reason why prices went up, because they expanded the money, and more money, more dollars in the system, in the ecosystem in America and worldwide, makes the valuables of the goods go down because, makes the value of the dollar and the purchasing power go down because there's more dollars chasing the same amount of goods. I said, you know that, right? He said, yes, because I said it to him again. I go, here's the kicker though. Remember when $1 million used to be a lot of money, a millionaire? That used to mean something? He said, yeah. I said, how many millionaires do you think there are in the world? They go, I don't know. And I pulled it up, Googled it. They're like, wow, is that man? I said, yeah. I said, $1 million, when you were a millionaire back in the 30s or the 20s or the 40s, that purchasing power meant something. Like a really, really nice supercar back then would cost like $3,000 or $4,000 back in the 30s. A really, really nice car. That same car today would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Not because it's more valuable or classic. I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the purchasing power of the dollar went so far. And they're like, yeah. And then I said, and this is what got them right here. I said, well, let's say for instance, and I said their name. I said, say for instance, I gave you $1 million today. And then I gave you 1 million of these units, of these Satoshis. And I taught them what it is. I said, every 4 years, I showed them the little thing because they kept asking me. I showed them the 4-year thing. I said, every 4 years, it'll remain the same. The amount of dollars won't change, the $1 million. But remember, 40 years ago, $1 million can get you so much more. And I asked them where they were from, and they told me. I said, how much does a house cost there? And they told me. I go, how much did it cost 20 years ago? They're like, oh my God. I said, well, in Bitcoin terms or Satoshi terms, and I pulled it up, I showed them the price. I go, 8 years ago or whatever, it would cost this many thousand Bitcoin to buy a house. Now today, it only costs you 7 or 8 of them now. And I said, and they go, wow. And I go, yeah, now here's the kicker. I go, if I give you that million and you that million of the Satoshis and the dollars, I said, what percentage of the money supply do you own? Because remember, we're printing money every day. And the lady looked at me I used the example for the dollars. And then the lady with the Bitcoin was thinking about it too. She's like, I asked the lady first. She goes, well, I don't know. I said, exactly. Because of why? Well, they keep printing money. I said, exactly. I said, they keep printing dollars every single day, which, how many dollars were printed today? They said, I don't know. I said, exactly. How many did they print yesterday? Blah, blah. How many dollars are floating out there today? Nobody knows. So again, it's basically infinite, right? There's no end to it because they're going to keep printing it. Then I asked the other lady, I said, how much, if I gave you 1 million Satoshis, those units, those little small units, what percentage of the money supply do you own? And she's like, well, I don't know to do the math. Then we put it in a calculator. Let's just say 21 million, divide it, did all that. And there's your answer. Here's the difference. You know the answer, right? Because there's only going to be 21 million or 2.1 quadrillion of these units of Bitcoin, these small little units. And now you know that every time you buy something, you own a finite supply of it. So I gave them each 100 Satoshis. I go, I've given you a piece of the finite pie of the Bitcoin network today. You own that. If you never, ever spend it or use it, you just contributed to the network because now that's less of the finite supply of this money that's in the monetary system. I go, I buy every single day and I'm never going to move mine. And there's millions of people like me. And they're like, wow. And they're just like, that's impressive. I said, do me a favor. I said, I'm not telling you to buy it or nothing like that, but just study how our money works and look at Bitcoin. Forget about the cryptocurrencies and check out Bitcoin, okay? And they wanted to keep talking, and I was like, well, I got to go. And it actually might have been about 20 minutes, actually. It was, when I talk, let me see. Right now it's been 15 minutes. I thought it was like 6 minutes. So, yeah, it might have been more than 15 minutes, probably, knowing me. I talk. And it was amazing to me, right? It was just absolutely amazing. And I asked them did they hear about the strategic Bitcoin reserve, what happened with Trump? Of course they didn't know. And I'm just like, and I thought about me, and I thought about you guys that watch this video, and all in my videos on my channel, and I really appreciate you guys. And all of us Bitcoiners, I thought about us. And I said, when I left them, I go, we are so damn blessed to be this early into this thing. If you, for a second, think that you're too late to this, Bitcoin price is down because there's a lot of things today, because there's a lot of factors into it. I watched some videos on it today and I concurred with them. I watched Matthew Cratter talk about it. I watched Swan Bitcoin talk about it. They basically said, you know, it was already priced in basically from the summer of 2024 when they announced the strategic Bitcoin reserve. There's no surprise about that. And then also too, they didn't announce when they signed it on March 6th, on that Thursday, they didn't announce they were buying more, and that was a letdown. And also there's just a lot of FUD going on with Trump being in office. And a few other things. You know, people don't understand what's going on. They don't know what's going to go on with the economy, you know, inflation. We are going through a recession. I don't care what anybody says. Not really a recession. I mean, people are receding, but it's more stagflation. And look that up if you don't know what it is. And the markets don't like uncertainty. So when we see Bitcoin going down, that's nothing to do with the news that we think about. It's just the people that are holding it, honestly, just don't understand it. That's what it all comes down to. But you do. And that's the kicker, guys. That's the kicker. And I thought about us on that live yesterday and all the Bitcoiners that watch these videos, you know, watch all the Bitcoin videos and stuff like that. And I'm just like, guys, and it's not about money. And I want to caveat it by saying that it's not all about money and power. Because again, if every single sat I had was worth $1 today, like, what would I do? I wouldn't be out here buying Lamborghinis and all that stuff. It's not about that. It's about setting your family up and your generations up for life. But with that being said, you guys are the richest people in the world. You guys are the new money. You just are. The whole game is changing, man. You have a piece of the finite pie of the network. So when you guys donate to me and give me these sats and stuff like that, I mean, I just can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Oh, and real quick, I got some links down there for some free sats, guys, because these sats are not going to be free for long. I have a free section down there. What I want you to do is, if you are a Bitcoiner, you're serious about Bitcoin, the first thing I want you to do is go down there and get you a fold card, F-O-L-D. There's a link in the description box. Get it. It's just a debit card. You don't have to spend any money. I mean, you don't have to pay any monthly fees. I think they have one for like $10 a month. I don't use that one. I use a free one. But when you use your first purchase on it, you're going to get 20,000 sats just for buying stuff that you normally do. And what I do with my fold card, and I'm still getting used to it, I've only been doing it for a couple of weeks, is think places that I go to and I'm going to spend money anyways, I buy a gift card on the Fold app and they'll give you, quote unquote, cash back, it says. 1.5%, 3.5%, up to, I've seen up to 8%. And they'll give it to you in Satoshis. So if you like Chipotle, they have Chipotle on there. I really like Chipotle. If I'm doing my OMAD, I'm eating for one day, I'll get a big bowl of Chipotle. You can get 2.5% off. So if you buy a $50 card, 2.5% of $50, especially with the price being so low today, you're gonna get a lot of sats. So go down there and get you a fold card. And then sign up for ZBD down there. You can use that as well. You can do surveys and stuff like that, get free Satoshis. And then Ember, sign up for that one too. That's also free. This costs you nothing at all, guys. Right? In your spare time, you just go on there, play some games, do some surveys. The Ember one is pretty cool because you can't withdraw the Bitcoin or the Satoshis off there until you gamble with them. So what I would do if I were you, with this is the one with the Ember. I would get it up to maybe 10, 20,000 sats, something like that. And again, you can't take them off until you, quote unquote, gamble with them a little bit. And then once you win or whatever, those sats can go and then you can send them off. But again, you got to look at your sats like dollars. And I'm not trying to make a Satoshi Saturday, but I guess this is because that's how valuable they are. They're a piece of the finite pie, man. And I was thinking about it too. Because I buy on Strike and I buy every hour on the hour. And I put a picture up today on my community post. And I showed that I bought $50 and I got like 60 something thousand Satoshis or whatever. Free, no fees on it. You can do that as well. You sign up with Strike. your first $500 of purchase will be free. And then after the 8th day of purchases, if you run out of that 500 on your DCA, you can get free fees forever. It allows you to keep the DCA. And again, that saves you a lot of Satoshis. And I'm telling you, Strike is the cheapest way you can get it. You can put it up to any other app or exchange and put them up at the same time and try to buy $1 or $10 at the same time. And just go with the one that gives you the most Satoshis. I'm telling you, every single time for me is Strike. But I was thinking, what would be a good app, even better than an hour on the hour, is every time a block comes out, you're buying Satoshis. Like automatic buy every time a block is mined. Wouldn't that be cool? Now you could set it to, let's say you set it to $10 a day or $20 a day or whatever, $1 a day or whatever. And then it just divided that amount by however many times the blocks were mined, like 144. It's supposed to be 144, but sometimes 140, 150, 147, 142, whatever. That would be the ultimate, because then you're really getting a piece of the finite pie every time it's mined. That'd be cool. But I think about that, man. I've been on this for 21 minutes. Probably 2 or 3 blocks came out already. And every time a block comes out, this network, this powerful new system of money, because that's what it is. It's going to be the global monetary system. We will be the global world reserve currency. It's just going to happen. Get stronger and stronger every 10 minutes. And sometimes I wake up and I look at the mempool and I'm like, man, did it stop today? And I know it didn't, but I just get a little nervous sometimes. But it just never stops. Nothing can stop it. Even if electricity went out or whatever and it got paused, we can just boot it right back up and it could be going again. Because again, it's not centralized. It's not one point of failure. Nobody owns it. It's a protocol. It's just like the internet. You can't stop the internet. You can't stop electricity all over the world. You just can't. Even with an EMP attack, somebody's going to have electricity somewhere. So we are incredibly blessed, guys. We really are. And I'm blessed and so thankful to find this this money from this man or this group of people. And I'm very, very grateful to each and every one of you. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And again, guys, listen. It's March 10th, 2025. And this thing hasn't even started yet. It does not start. I'm telling you guys, listen to me. This thing does not start until we hit $1 million. Once we hit $1 million, because we think $1 million is a lot, that's just the starting point. There are going to be people 30 years from now that can't believe that you got it under 10 million. But they're not going to talk about $10 million or this, that, and the third. They're going to talk about Satoshis, how many you got for $1. They can't believe you got 100 Satoshis for $1. They're never going to believe that. Because there's going to be one day, and I believe this, that we're not going to be able to buy Satoshis for dollars anymore. We're not going to be able to exchange it. There's not going to be an exchange price for it anymore. You're just going to have to work for it, earn it doing something, bring value, whatever. And I believe we're going to go to a cashless society too, and everything's going to be digital. And I believe that base layer of that digital money is going to be Satoshis. So since you know that, and some of you may be thinking you're early and maybe buying some other cryptocurrencies and stuff like that, that's okay. You got to go through that sometimes. You got to go through that. And if you still have stocks and bonds and gold and real estate and cash and all this other stuff, just know you're on your journey to being 100% in the savings of the best money in the world. And if you've been paying attention, I'm pretty sure you already know what that is. It's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.